Hello guys and welcome to a new episode of In Hindsight. This is going to be episode 7 now. Game 1 against Mouzebots. All our games has been either we got 2-0 or we just beat away 2-0. So Mouzebots up now. I need to do this real fast, otherwise I'm gonna get OCD. So our comp here, like if you're new to In Hindsight, first of all, basically In Hindsight is this it's like overview if you know my other series where I go back on and I look at the game and see everything I did. I try and figure out what I did right, what I did wrong, what I could have done better, and I always do that, so I figured I might as well share that with you guys so you can learn as well. Also a very aggressive explanation, I felt like I said it there, but oh well. This game we're playing Athena, we're playing Anher. If you guys look at our composition, we have a lot of pressure. Our late game is not really that strong. We don't synergize too well, whereas they actually have a quite scary late game with like Artemis and like Ragin. You have Sean, you have Amy does really well late as well as early. But we have pressure in duo right here. We're playing against Adam's so we should definitely win this lane. Now that we are playing like Athena and her, that's pretty high pressure. Our game plan is going to be to try and snowball the game, obviously, out of control, which is also what's going to go happen. I start Guardian's Blessing, upgraded Shell. I decided to start upgraded Shell here because we want to win the lane, and if I have upgraded Shell, I feel like we can definitely win the fight. Also, they have a Bagasura, and upgraded Shell is going to be really good against Bagasura. Especially, it's going to help Yamin out. If he gets Bagasura older, he's going to press free, but he's not going to be able to immune for the first 3 seconds, so that Shell with the block stacks is really going to play a role there. So yeah, in lane right here, the goal for us should just try to be and outpush them. And if they fight, we can actually fight them. You see Dardis has Shell 1, so that means we'll actually be able to outbox them here. So they're gonna go ahead and fake pink, as we call it, and they're gonna go and rotate. We're gonna push up the wave. I start 4 health, 1 mana. I have a video on potions specifically. I have a lot of videos like Thieves and all these kind of things. You guys can watch that. It's in the class of EmilZy playlist. We're gonna go for red. EmilZy has blink on her. He doesn't really need beats in this specific scenario here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take out the red buff here. We get it kind of for free, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna rotate down to our own purple buff. I probably should have cut left here. That's one of my mistakes, I think. Now I'm just going through here, which is a bit of a longer way, and you can see Emil is also gonna be arriving at the buff quite a bit before me. I guess I'm dashing it regardless, so it doesn't really matter too much. Here I actually missed my dash in a big one, which is going to be kind of risky because they almost get in here in time to try and steal it. So we're going to grab our purple buff and we're going to rotate out. Now we're going to communicate, okay guys, they could go to our red buff, but it shouldn't happen. We're chilling now. This lane should be pretty like won because we have a red buff. They can't really fight into us. We're definitely ready to fight them here. So get my free here just for the clear more than anything. So I'm going to clear up. I'm going to dash Artemis, just poke her out. It's like 100% damage with the reach. Just keep playing up here, see EmilZy dash in. Actually, we're losing like a minion or 2 here, I think. Not sure if we did. I think I might have lost a minion there because I was playing so far. But we can see this aggression here is insane from us. So just laning, facing it up, coasting more than anything. I love the word coasting. It's my new vocabulary thing. You can see I missed a minion there where Emil didn't. So I'm like, okay, let's try and poke out Artemis because we want to invade the next buffs here. So we get Artemis beats, that's really important. We write down the beats timer, and this scenario is like 4:45. I have lessons. I have this full sell out now. And holy macarena, EmilZy is sitting hard on Gaming Evolve, where I can learn you guys to take beats timers and relic timers. We'll try and link that in the description down below, I guess. If not, leave a comment because I'll probably forget, most likely. All right. So now purple buff is coming up. I have the timer on myself, so I'm gonna say, okay guys, purple buff is up. Can we do the red buff as well? So first things first, we're gonna do purple. Let's try and clear this out. We see Bagasura's coming in. We're gonna actually get the purple buff, and then we see Bagda here. Now the call is to go on the Amaterasu because he just dashed in. So we're gonna go all in on Amy, taunt her. Unfortunately, Emil kind of jumped in front. Adapting seems to be chasing them down at the red buff. We're just keeping him lane right here because we know that Sol and Nasha can definitely win the fight. So if we just keep Amaterasu and Artemis in lane, we're definitely going to be A-okay. We did pop a shell there just to make sure we're safe. Taunt out Amy just to get a bit more poke on the Amaterasu. And yeah, now Amy is just like no potions. She's pretty poked out. So what we're doing right here is EmilZy is actually running to purple, but as you guys can see, I'm just making sure I'm staying here so they can't zone. Because if one thing they can do there is just not hit the minions at all, but now I realize, okay, they're gonna hit the minions, so I'm just gonna stay in lane. and make sure we don't lose any minions. So I did have the option to run back to purple buff, but decided to stay in lane. Just to make sure they push in the wave, we don't lose any minions, and overall it's going to be an XP gain for Millie too. You see, that's kind of what you want, right? You want your carry to get as fast as possible. Emil's back in lane now. He got the whole wave, and now we can actually start zoning here. Artemis is going to be quite screwed over by this. You can see Artemis can't really do anything right here. Because we're playing so far up, she knows she has no beats. It's pretty scary for her. Look at that skin. Dardis and I are just having a good time, you know. Chilling. Coasting. And I'm gonna try and hit like level 5 here. Our objective right now as a team should be to, you can see how we have a 1k gold lead already. Our objective should be to try and keep invading buffs, and specifically duo buffs, since Artemis is in such a counter matchup right here. So we're gonna push out. I'm probably gonna decide to go ahead and back here. Actually, I'm gonna ult over. Bagasiro was almost caught out of position right there, which is why I ulted over. But he managed to jump out, I assume. We didn't get the ult on him. So a bit of a wasted Athena ult, but right now we're actually gonna go ahead and go for the gank. This should be a first blood if we go for the gank. Instead, we're just gonna go ahead and secure the purple buff. Bam bam. Grab the purple. Red spawning. We realize, okay, maybe we can't get red buff this time. There's no one around, so we'll just give it up. We got the purple buff. We got what we came for. I'm stacking up quite a bit of gold. I'm gonna want to back really soon here. So yeah, doing the wave. Gonna throw my friend, and I'll actually make a decision, right? So like initially here, I really wanted to go cooldown boots for the mana, but then I'm like, oh, probably can't do that. So you guys can see me buy cooldown boots, buy one of each watch, and I'm like, I actually need reinforced greaves, and the reinforced greaves is going to save me more than one time this game. So definitely happy I decided to go with that, specifically against guys like Radiant and Backcap. When you really get the blocks or the passive stacks up fast, it does wonders. They have quite a bit of CC and Amy and the Artemis as well. Kenneth asked me to clear his speed buff because he wasn't around. He was kind of scared that Backcap was going to invade it. You can see how Backcap is constantly looking for invades. So I'm going to clear Kenneth's speed, go and I could have done the back camps there, but instead we want the mid camp. So what's gonna happen is left mid camps are first. So Yaman's gonna run there. I'm gonna run to the right mid camp. Bagash is gonna go ahead and eat it. Nothing to do about that. But at least we're gonna get one of the mid camps. So we can trade evenly here on mid camps. We get 3, they get 1. Actually, it's in favor of us. And again, I'm just trying to play it so my team gets the most farm as possible. I'm already ahead here. I don't really need to do anything. I'm gonna poke out Radiant here. We use the ult on him. You can see how he just gets like poked out, and then we go in here, and Amma's gonna get in the air. Now back and starts ulting. I mistimed my P here. Oh, well, it doesn't land on top of Amma. Actually, it did hit Amma also. So big trade of ult right there. We raging ult, and the only ult that wasn't used there was a Athena ult. We kind of win the trade though, and we're getting ready for the next buff and raid. The good thing about this is I can actually back out and ult them. So we're just gonna poke the mid tower, and because we have so much pressure here and so much tower damage, we're actually gonna manage to get a super early mid tower, get that pressure, and off this we can even start invading. You guys can see how EmilZy is getting a super big lead in duo, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say, oh, okay, well I guess I can just ult it. I'm gonna start with getting sovereignty because I feel like that's definitely the offense to go here. Taunt in the Amma. I'm more scared of the physical damage than I am of the magical damage as is, so especially because it's Amma support so right. So we're just playing up right here, making sure we get all the buffs. You can see how we're slowly building up a lead without even getting a kill, so more coasting for a while here until this one thing I'm gonna do a bit more is I'm just gonna speed up when nothing's happening. You can see we're just zoning right here, probably because we go on Artemis, we trade blows right here, so we use both they use both ults, and we use an ult. I kind of go back in and poke out. I can't really follow up on the initial impale. EmilZy tries to blink and like push Artemis into the impale. So Artemis trade to ult. She doesn't really waste her beats. Good patience. And we just, again, this is just like us. We're just waiting for the next set of buff camps right here to spawn. So this is just really like a lot of me just being annoying. Item wise this game I'm gonna be going soft and should go Shogun's Kusar, because we have a lot of A base attack guards. I think oracles are super important right now because we have the potential of doing gold super early, because we have a lot of damage between Sol, Nasha and Anher. So we're gonna go back to mid right here, and now we're gonna see us looking for the invades again. I actually probably shouldn't have went here, but I guess I'm going here because I'm like, okay guys, I can hold in. Let's look for fight. So I get myself 2, I get my ward, and EmilZy to go super aggressive here. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hold in. And it's just super effective to do this with Athena, right? So ult is kind of up every second minute, and that's kind of when you want to invade. So definitely just utilizing the ult to the biggest of our advantages. And right here, there might be a potential fight. Amaterasu is gonna try and steal the buff, but she's not gonna get away with it. So we're doing gold right here. So what you can see what I'm doing right here is I'm creating space. I'm pretending like I'm looking for dash taunts in mid, and because I'm doing that, we're actually gonna go ahead and grab the gold for you. And yeah, that feels good, man. A free gold. Although I decide to go for the mid camp, Pegasus comes up behind me. And at this point I realize I'm not dead. So what I do right here is I'm like, okay, I'm dead. I got caught out of position. So one thing I couldn't do here is I couldn't use my shell. Oh, god damn it. I couldn't, I wouldn't want to use my shell, right? Let's forward a bit here. I don't want to use my shell because I realize, okay, I'm just dead. So after the invade, I position myself aggressively so they don't think we're on it. Pegasus unfortunately takes the lower path here, they realize we're on it. And then this is my mistake right here, my pathing mistake. I decided to go for the mid camps, which is super greedy. I should just gone out there. I get like 3-man ulted here, and then I'm like, okay, I'm dead. There's no reason to pop the shell. If I did pop the shell there, we wouldn't have it for the next red invade. So I'm just realizing I fucked up. Let's not use all my stuff here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say, okay, I'm pretty dead. I'm gonna taunt, I'm gonna try and juke a bit, but I won't use my relic. It's like a thing where a lot of people just use relics when you really shouldn't. So we're following Dardus around for a bit while I'm dead. He's gonna invade the red buff, but he's gonna get spotted out. Cannon actually gets the buff, and it seems it's gonna be a fight here. I assume I actually won't be able to hold him, so this is just kind of a stalemate. I don't even have my full sovereignty right here. So I think what I'm calling out to the boys right now is, like, I need Soph before we want to fight. I'm not sure. I think I'm not positive. This might be next game where I'm backing for Soph or holding in or like another game. So Amaterasu dashed in. She's kinda killable right here, but with the speed aura they managed to run away a bit too fast. You can see my skill order on Athena, like to put 3 points in and then max confound, just because I feel like it brings like you need the damage is really good early on, and then you just want the taunt duration for when you start fighting. So right here I'm like, okay, I can probably back now. Well, I should back here, I think, and just ult in because I can get a full sovereignty. It's really gonna help for the fight. Although this time I'm gonna decide to stay. And again, I'm just scouting out here. There's nothing else for us to do right now, really, rather than just like farm their buffs and cooldown. They haven't gotten a single red buff this game. We're just gonna actually they got one. That's alright. They got one, but we're just gonna keep seeing the buffs away. You can see we're just getting mid camps on cooldown, getting their buffs. We're really farming a lot. Artemis is getting super far behind here. She's 3 levels behind EmilZy, and EmilZy can just absolutely bully her. EmilZy zoning her as well. So I'm looking to ult over right because we spot Bagasura at our back camps. Although unfortunately they ult to pull them instead of adapting. That means adapting is not going to go for the ult on Baka. Baka didn't have beats there. That's why we tried to kill him, because we knew Bagasura didn't have beats. So we're like, okay, let's try and go for the kill. But I guess I ulted Maniac because I thought we was going to try and back on the backhand or something, while ulting it up probably would have been the better option there. So right now I'm just going to try and get ready, or like I should try and get ready soon for the next red buff invade. I want to make sure that I'm there in time. So I'm just going to go ahead and back out. Now one thing Mouz can do, which they probably will do as well, is they're going to rotate on Nika. They will do, because that's kind of the only counterplay you have, is Nika is actually doing pretty well right now. He has a level lead. Maniac, because we haven't really been focusing solo lane at all. Bagasur is just running around stealing buffs here. So Baka's actually on back camps now. And we call out a back camp timer. Just like, oh, okay, spot him on the ward. Say, okay, back times are probably up then. I'm going to back, get a sentry ward right here. And that's because when I backed, I could only get Shogun's Kusari 1. I couldn't actually get a ward. So I was like, oh shit, I need a sentry ward for this. So I just backed there for a ward, which is one thing I've criticized myself for before. It was like willingness to back ward, so I decided to do that. So red buff, purple buff, invade coming, but this time you can see Shonqui's playing the rotation. Maniac doesn't know because he's just coming back to lane. So Artemis is gonna just get ulted here, Dappling goes in. Now Dappling I've actually trouble to use Amaterasu ult as well, but he managed to ult out. That's Raging ult, that's Shong ult, that's all the ults down. And we just kind of like running around right now, just saying, okay, Maniac can proxy a wave, Maniac can get a bit out of this. We didn't lose anything, remember, like they just used 4 ults for like 2 of our ults. And it's their buff. They just successfully defended, but now we can probably look for something because they don't have any fusion. I'm gonna taunt Rage in here, and he's just gonna get poked out like super hard. and just poke trades like that we're able to take right now. Kiss how we played. Or how we just backed out and we didn't get too greedy. We realized we didn't want to take the 4v5 fight. I'm looking a bit like this because my monitor keeps blacking out right now. So I have my Streamlabs on the other monitor, so I'm like looking at my... That's kind of weird. Oh well. Hopefully it's gonna stop doing that. Shogun's definitely the way to go. As we talked about, we have 3 AA based guards and this is wrong to not get it. It has CCR as well, which does quite well. We're gonna be in a super good spot. Just clear that ward out, and you're gonna see it soon where we have this next gold 3 fight where I almost died 2 times in a row, but if I wouldn't have reinforced 3s I actually would have died. So I believe the first time is now. You guys can see here I'm again playing up at the mid camp, a dash phoned in, and they actually use Amaterasu ult, Bagasura ult, all of Raging ult. Yaman has a really good ult there, which means Bagasura can't chase me and I'm gonna be able to get out. I'm like, okay boys, I can back an ult in right now. This is the good thing about Athena. I managed to survive there. I probably survived with like 100 health or something. I'm just gonna turn around, just get a few wards, ult back in, and now they just use 2 ults on me, so we get Raging ult as well. I'm like, okay, let's just chill. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and taunt Radiant after, but there was no follow-up here. So now, again, I'm caught out of position. This time, I get Artemis ulted, and they just try and ult in me once again, but I managed to get out. And they're more coasting. We're like, okay, we did gold the whole time, so I managed to get out 2 times in a row. They tried to kill me. Didn't really work for them. We get the gold for free. We're like, okay, let's not invade purple and red. We got the objective. There's no reason to invade purple and red, because that would just be going super greedy. So playing pretty well around it, I think. I get my level 12 here. Otherwise, I probably should run straight to portal or like Pyromancer, because they're actually going to be able to get that now. So they get Pyromancer. I wanted my level 12 there, which is why I stayed. Otherwise, I definitely would have backed in that situation. So I got my Shogun's Kusari 2. What is that even called? Like Kusari or something? I don't know. And now it's just more coasting, and we're gonna set up a Pyromancer here. So EmilZy rotates over. Maniac is playing super high up, and he's actually gonna be able to find Chario. I believe that's because he had no ult or bees. His ult just came up, right, and he did actually beats as well. So right here we don't do Pyromancer. We're like looking for plays around right side of the map. So like maybe we can go FT or something, but nah. There's not a lot to do right now for us, because we can't really invade buffs. It's too early in the game, in my opinion, still, for like doing FD. So we don't want to do that, so just playing around here. I'm gonna go left right here, wait for EmilZy. I have my ult right here, so it's okay for me to go there, because I can always ult in case. And then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna last hit. I'm gonna stone the Artemis. Okay, I'm like, oh, god damn it. No farm for me. Gonna get my Shogun's Kusari, jump out of here, and next objective should try and be the next red buff. I think we still have timers. You see how Shongkui comes into mid right here. I'm actually gonna ult on Yaman for the damage mitigation, and then we get the shell in on Yaman, and he's actually gonna survive. Look for a taunt right here. They just used a lot of ults, so we're gonna taunt them in right here, poke them out even more. I'm getting quite poked as well, but then Maniac just comes in and he's gonna go ham. You can see it from my poke right here. I'm just like, then I realized, oh, okay, back up on Yaman, and then we get this dial point, reach kill, bam. Reach kills feels good, man, on their backer. So we just realized instantly that our job is to make sure that our carries survive, so we go ahead and do that. Right now we're gonna call for Fire Giant because we got 3 kills. We realized they might actually try and defend this, so... But we see Raging on the wards. We're like, okay, only Amaterasu can be here. I call for adapting and Maniac to zone and make sure no one can get in here, because we can definitely do it, the 3 of us right here. We're gonna go ahead and grab the key, and instantly here we're gonna go and push right. We still have 20 seconds right here where we can push. So we push out, and then we're gonna go and grab the tower. We can reset here, and then we can get other stuff on the map. So we get the tower. Everyone's gonna reset to base, and now we wanna go straight left here. So we see everyone's gonna go left, and this is actually kind of funny. I think this is when I say, let's see how fast we can get out of base. Or was it? No, that's next time. Because usually we're pretty bad at getting out of base, as it seems. We kind of think too much about things. Back is actually gonna get our red here. I'm backing here, so I can get my my Emperor's armor. It's really early for an Emperor's armor, but we do have FD and we want to push, so I'm gonna sell my Guardian's Blessing and get it. I definitely think that's worth it. Artemis barely gets out there. She gets super lucky. So I'm gonna go ahead, secure adapting speed. I'm like, yo guys, we want to push up left. I can defend split pushing right if that's gonna be a necessity. Let's just make sure you guys are grouped up. I can go lower. I'm playing Athena. So they're gonna push left right here. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and check if Sean is here. I'm communicate instantly. Okay, I don't see Sean, guys. I'm gonna push up away, call for my ult if you need it. So what I'm really paying attention to the map right now. I see Bagasur and mid, so I realize, okay, if they get engaged on in left right now, it's not that brutal because Bagasur won't be there. So my carries aren't really in threat of dying. So because Bagasur ain't there, so it's only a 4v4 scenario. Radiant won't be able to hit our backline because Maniac is going to be zoning them, so it'll only really be like Elmstrasse and Chong holding our backline, so we'll be fine. It's those like constantly trying to pay attention to the maps and communications as well. We see Becca's behind here, towers. I'm like, can we just ignore Becca? Kenny gets engaged on, I'm gonna ult him. I thought he was gonna get dived going like way harder than he actually does. But Sean goes in, I get a 2-man taunt here, Becca goes in. Becca kills on Mewtwo, and then Becca is gonna try and escape here, but you know what? You know what's gonna happen. You can probably guess it. I'm gonna get a little reach kill. Bam! There we go. If you guys could hear that, that's Yaman sneezing. He sneezes so loudly. We're chilling, more coasting. It looks like we're going absolutely ham up here. Maniac and Yaman are going insanely ham. I see the Radiant, I'm just gonna kind of zone him, make sure he doesn't go over here. We get the double kill, and this should be a right Phoenix for us. That thing's gonna keep the pressure on in mid, which means Radiant actually goes there. And we get the minions in right here. We're gonna go ahead and grab the Phoenix. Should be able to get this pretty much for free. So we get the Phoenix, back out. I'm like, okay guys, let's go and do Portal Demon, let's go and do Gold Free, make sure they can't do that. We just wanna make sure that they don't get any gold, and we get all the gold. That's kind of why we do this. Grab Pyro first. Then go out to gold, grab gold, and now obviously like we don't want to push anymore because FD is going to be cornering soon, so I'm just going to get gold. Item wise here, I'm going to go Spirit Rope next, so I'm getting Spirit Rope 2 right now. I'm getting quite tanky, as you guys can see from down here. So yeah, now we're looking for picks, we're looking for the red buff. We're actually going to get the red buff and just chill. Well, coasting. I'm gonna go ahead and go left because if we're gonna do Fire Giant, they're most likely going to split push left. And Bagasur is actually eventually gonna end up dying here. It's a bit of a goose chase. I realize I don't need to ult over. My primary objective is to make sure to deny them farm, and right now that farm could be a tier 2 tower, so I'm just pushing up the waves here. I'm like, okay, there's a wave coming. I'm gonna go ahead and free it, dash through it, and then I see Artemis. And then I just ult out instantly. I realized, like, look at how tanky I am. I only took half my health from like 4 seconds of Radiant, and Artemis just hitting me in the face. I'm gonna go ahead and back out. We eventually end up killing Becca, and I really say, okay guys, look, I cleared the wave. They can't actually split push now. We can just go ahead and grab fire. I'm waiting 2 gold here, get my full Spirit Rope. I got it, dash out of base, and now we just want to do FG and close up the game. So in fights right now, my objective should be to try and initiate the fight with a taunt, and then I should try and make sure I get my relics used on my carries, which is Emil and Yaman, right? I want to make sure that Becca can't really touch them. I want to make sure I pay attention to Sean. I also want to make sure I pay attention to Amaterasu. So right here we get FD, everyone's gonna back. I'm just gonna push out mid. Everyone's getting out of base. It's going a bit slow. I'm just gonna keep pushing mid here. Again, it's just denying them split pushing, denying them getting that extra gold. And we're gonna go ahead, push up left. More chilling, more coasting. We see Bagasura's out of position. We see him on the walls. We're like, let's just ignore him, man. Let's just ignore him. And this is just really just back and forward, waiting for everyone to be in position, and we're gonna end up pushing the mid tower in here. It doesn't get contested. We see Bagasura on right here actually, so we're like, okay, yeah, we can probably push right now because Bagasura is not here. And now we do this weird 3-2 split, which was probably a mistake. So you can see we're just slowly taking the mid Phoenix, while we're also getting damage on the right Phoenix. So EmilZy is getting like a lot of damage on the Phoenix right here. It's half health. I'm gonna ult over to this lane because I thought we were in trouble. So I ult over, look for the taunt on Amy. I'm actually not gonna go for it. And now it looks like Maniac's going in mid right here. Bagasura goes in. So I'm just making sure I don't want to overuse my shell there. I'm gonna go ahead and realize, okay, we don't need to use my shell. I don't have any cooldowns right now, so that's like 3 of the big ults down. We only use Salt ult. I guess we cooldown ult mid, so we can still push in here. So we're gonna go ahead and push in. Again, I realized the only threat right now to my backline is Sean. I'm gonna taunt him, trying to even get any poke on him. Can't really, so that's quite unfortunate. But we still have a lot of time on FG here, so we're just gonna keep pushing. Although the 2 magical ults definitely is something we need to be worried about. I'm gonna taunt the Radiant, and we get the Radiant Beast, get his ult, and I'm like, run guys, run, disengage. Yeah, Sean is holding, and then as soon as Sean ult's over, you see us turn around, we grab one kill, go over, and we know all the ults are down right now. Maybe besides on the crossover, which is coming up soon. I missed the taunt here, which is super unfortunate, but Nasha ults A me. You see me dashing in front here, just making sure that Amzasi can't dash. Let's get back. Bagasura goes in, grab him, and we're gonna go ahead and grab the mid Phoenix. Right Phoenix pushing in with the minions. Bagasura's gonna go there and try and defend. We can definitely end the game here. There's 30 seconds, and we're gonna go for them as well. This is relatively safe because you see the FG is not spawning yet. If I would say if we had like 10 seconds on FG here, or if FG just ran out, this is a pretty risky end call, because if they actually manage to defend it, they can get FG and turn the game. But now we should be in a really good spot. We're gonna go ahead and end the game. So even if they manage to kill us all right here, what's gonna happen is that they can't really do anything besides maybe get a tower, get a pyromancer for it. We'll still be able to get our response time around us actually being able to defend fire. So yeah, that was a pretty just snowbally game. As you guys saw, we brought out and so behind that they never could really contest our invades. We got a few gold fairies, and then we just brought that into like a fire and then another fire giant, and that was pretty much it. So that's how you play pressure. And it was a pretty good game. Game 1 against Mouz. Here's the post-game stats. I'll show you guys the builds as well, in case you guys are wondering. They're right here, so bam. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed In Hindsight episode 7. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and press the bell. And until next time, everyone, peace out.